is Jeremy Schmidt, Mike's brother, and welcome to Freddy's Daycare, a daycare where kids from the ages of 5 to 11 can roleplay with the plushies during playtime. And this place is like any normal daycare, but with plushies and teachers. Duh. What else would you expect from a daycare like this? So anyway, your job as a night guard is to keep some intruders from getting in and to prevent them from possibly damaging some equipment. Now I heard that you used to work at Showbiz Pizza Place as a technician, right? Because if you're familiar with that job, then you might do some tasks after every shift then. So be aware of that. You can't walk out if you're about task done. Because if you do that tons of times, it will result in your termination as a night guard / technician. So just get your tasks done, okay? Good. Now anyway, onto your cameras and your camera panel. These cameras will track the intruders' every move, and if someone were to move, you would check them to see where some intruders are. Now on to the vent. If you look at cam 8, you'll see the ventilation, and you will see a steel vent button on this cam. You can use it to block off the vents when an intruder is in them, and they will leave immediately. And if you want to unseal them if no one uses the vents anymore, tap the button Unseal Vents to unblock the vents. Only use the Seal Vent button if someone's in them. The is not activated since you can't use it on a night like this. Yeah, what to do if someone's at the doors? Right, you might have noticed on both sides of the office that there's some doors. So, if someone like, say, an intruder is at the left door, you would go into your camera panel and tap the button Restart AI to make that intruder go back to its proper place. Now on your far right, there is a control shock button. So if an intruder is at the right door, then just tap the control shock button and they will go back to their proper place and fry their circuits, I think. Anything else I missed? Oh right, as you can see in your office, there's a robot named, get this, Help Fred. I know it's a stupid name. But we call him that because he helps kids have physical problems during the day. And he does have a soul in him, but trust me, he's harmless. We put him in the office before pulling up the place so that vandals won't damage him. So if you need help from him at any time, have the Help Fred Helper button and he will assist you. But he will disable your camera panel until you choose an option of what you need help with. Once you choose an option, he will re-enable your camera panel and he will help you with the problem you selected. There's one more thing about him. The amount of times you need him will vary each night, so just be careful. Now on to the names of these plushies. Fredbear, Spring Bonnie, and Spring Fred. There's 2 other voices in camera 9, but that camera is disabled because you don't need to worry about them yet. And one more thing, in camera 4, the lights in there will fuse, and you need to fix them after you're done with tonight's shift. That way you will know who's in there. But don't worry if you don't see the robot in there through the cameras. We've installed a night vision system in that camera for this night only, so that you will see him on this night. Is that everything? Yeah, I guess so. So this night should be easy to beat. So remember to check the cameras if someone moves. Tap the Restart AI button in your camera panel if someone is out the left door, and that's it. Going fast as the plushie here has some AI voltage or something, I don't know. So good up, man. Call me when you reach 6 a.m.
Hello the night guard. How can I help you? Okay, night guard, I'll get right on it. Here you go, night guard. Have a nice night.
Okay, I got a message. So, you're now in the parts and services room. It's a bit dark in here, I know. Since I mentioned earlier that the lights in here blew a fuse, but don't worry, since you have a flashlight with you. You can turn it on to see in the dark and fend off whoever's in it. So, the robot in front of you, if you're using your flashlight, his name's Frank. He was gonna be used to communicate with autistic people who can't speak, but due to his system glitching out a bit, we put him in the parts and services room, also in a place you're in right now, because that was the only option we had. Otherwise, we would reprogram his entire system, which would take forever to do. Funny story, right? I know it's not that funny, but it's a story. Anyway, if you saw a main panel here prior to me messaging you, then you'll use it to do all 5 power modules in here. Yes, I said 5. There's not only you, but you have to do 5. Anyway, it will take a while for said modules to reboot, so just be patient. And remember, if Frank were to activate, you would shine a light at his head to make him go back to his original position. But if you're using your main panel too much and you don't use your light and Frank is not in front of you, you're dead meat. So put your main panel down. If you hear Frank moving, use your flashlight on him, okay? Good. So notify me when you're done, okay? Alright, man, good luck. It seems you finally got the power modules working at last. So the lights should be on now. You can now leave. See you back here again tomorrow. Bye. You did a good job on getting the power modules working yesterday. And by the way, you made today too, so congrats. I won't talk as long as I did last night though. As the plushies and or robots become more and more active as the week progresses. So, while I talk, you should look at your camera panel more often to see if everyone where they properly should be, you know. And speaking of plushies, I'm pretty sure the Spring Bonnie one will be active tonight. Well, if you hear him going into the vent, tap the steel vent button in your camera panel to seal him out, and no harm will come, I suppose. And about camera 9, we're trying to get this cam to work, so we'll have it up and running by tomorrow. However, we did hear from the previous guard, and yes, I mean the previous guard, who worked here before you, claims that the plushies are haunted by ghosts or something. We did install a night mode into the plushies, so I think his theory is true. Since we didn't believe him at first, we fired him from his job for talking all crazy. I mean, total asylum crazy. I know that's a dumb reason to fire someone, I know. Well anyway, since there's something wrong with the building tonight, there's no need to perform any maintenance. But you do need to perform some maintenance tomorrow night on a specific robot that isn't shown on camera, or an automatic layout on the cameras. And that's about it. So just check those cameras, tap the Help Fred helper button if you need his assistance. You'll need him twice tonight. Restart the AI if someone's at the left door, and shut the vents if an intruder is in them. So, good night, and good luck.
Hello the night guard. How can I help you? Okay, night guard. I'll get right on it. Here we go, night guard. Have a nice night. If you need me again, tap the button again. Hello the night guard. How can I help you? Okay, night guard. I'll get right on it. Here we go, night guard. Have a nice night.
good job on making it stay free. And you're doing better as the last guard I mentioned to you last night. But speaking of the last guard, he said that the next night after this one is usually the quitting point, since it gets a bit difficult. But you? There is no way you can quit your job this early. And I'm sure you will be fine, since you're doing a good job so far. Anyway, the Spring Fred plush will be active tonight, along with Frank the Frost Fox. Spring Fred will come through the right door. And remember the part where I said that if someone were to be at the right door, you would press the blue control shock button on the right side, right? Good, because that should affect him in some way. And Frank the Frost Fox will go into the vents, but there's one catch. Filling the vents won't stop him, because he will directly get into your office. So in that case, we tried out all the defense mechanisms in your office, and the only thing that affected him was Frank's restart AI button. So if he gets in your office, go into your camera panel and tap the button Restart Frank's AI to make him go back to his original spot, which is camera 4. And one more thing. The robot I mentioned in last night's message is a scary nightmare-like bear that has brown and white fur all over him, sharp teeth, sharp claws, and a yellow bow tie. And he came from an establishment that opened in April of 1984. It closed 2 months later due to a spring lock accident. We were going to use him for this place, but due to his creepy appearance, we left him downstairs in a second parts and services room, which was the not shown camera I was talking about at the end of last night's message. So anyway though, enough rambling. I will absolutely work. So good night and good luck. And as always, call me when you reach the exam. Oh, one more thing. You'll need help read 3 times tonight, so bye.
Hello then, night guard. How can I help you? Okay, night guard. I'll get right on it. Here you go, night guard. Have a nice night. If you need me again, tap the button again.
So it seems you found the second parts and services room downstairs without any help. So anyway, the robot in front of you is named Scary Dave. We gave him that name since he is so nightmarish and he has a corpse in him. So here's the backstory about him. He was originally named Dave the Teddy Bear at an establishment named Dave's Friendly Diner, which was the establishment I told you about earlier, because he is a fun-loving bear that is very friendly towards the guests. Anyway, the soup version of him was used at the diner, and if this water gets inside the spring-lock mechanism, it would crush the person that's inside it. And that is what happened on one day in June of 1984. My God, that was a decade ago. We were told by the owner that your brother, Jay Colton, was going to use the soup for a birthday party, and he saw the leaky ceiling in the back room, since it was raining that day. So he got in the suit, and 17 seconds later, one drip of water touched his frog mechanisms, and he died in the suit. Then soon after, the suit was decommissioned to our local warehouse. Then, 8 years later, he turned into a monster. So anyway, enough backstory, so I'll tell you why you're here. Just need to check if it's working properly by tapping that button on the far right. Upon doing so, it would activate its AI system. So if you were to turn evil towards you, just run, unless you want to get yourself killed. Well anyway, just notify me when you're done, okay? Good. So good luck, man.
Dude, I thought you were dead. You haven't responded to your phone for 10 minutes.